I'm Hunter with Small Arms Combatives. I'm pleased to announce that this is the introduction of a series of videos from our footage of our 2-day survival and bushcraft class that we had here at Small Arms Combatives. We hosted Jeremy of Wolverine Survival here in North Carolina to come out and teach us some bushcraft and survival skills.
A little bit longer.
We decided, since this was a 2-day class, that it would be just about impossible to just put all this information into one long YouTube video. So we decided to break up the skills into separate videos. So this is going to be the introduction for all these videos. So I hope that you enjoyed the series of videos that we have. We'll try to release one every few days until we have all our footage put out there. Thank you so much, and if you're interested in training, come out to Small Arms Combatives and we'll get you the training that you need.
Everybody here knows that a diesel does not have spark plugs.
Glow plugs.
It's because it's a compression engine. Everything comes in, the compression is so high that it compresses the air and the fuel mixture and it spontaneously combusts. So when the air is compressed, it heats up. All those molecules rub together, it creates heat. And with this device, which is called a fire piston, it's a sufficient amount of heat to ignite the charcoal. So I'm gonna lick it. I'll stick it down in here, and like I said, we may get success, we may not. This is perfect right here. So you have to smack it pretty daggone hard. And there's a little bit of a technique here. You gotta get it out quick. So, right there.
There it is.
Wow.
That is starting a fire with air.
That's crazy.
That's the best that's worked in a long time.
It was just meant to be, man.
It's just meant to be.
Could have lit a cigarette off of that.
Oh yeah. And you just dump that into your squirrel's nest. And that's that. It don't get no better than that right there.
That's awesome.
That is, I have done that so many times for classes. You spent 20 minutes. That is super.
Well, it's like you pulled it. You had to pull it out just about as quick as you push it down.
Yeah, you gotta get it out of there real quick. Fire with air.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now we get our sunlight back. This is pretty daggone quick too, if you find. We got smoke. Right, there we go.
Wow.
There you go, fire from sunlight.
That's probably a pretty reliable method there, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, obviously, it's
it's pretty reliable.
depending on sunlight.
During the 18th century, long hunters, this type of patch box was very popular. And this is called a fire glass. So it works. Look how much we got there. Dump that into your bird's nest.
Yeah, that's good.
We're going to be careful not to start any fires, folks. That we don't want, at least. This will all just kind of fizzle away. So you got that. Now, does anybody not understand how the char cloth is made?
Yeah, could you make some for us?
Well, we'll have to start a fire. So we'll use this tin. Evidently, I did this recently and didn't remember.
Yeah, load it up.
Yeah. Let's just put this here for now. But that's a good little exercise to go through. And I brought some patches to do it.
Yeah.
So, you get my patches if I find them quick.
a bunch, see if you can.
I found the cheapest, easiest way to get good natural, char cloth is to just buy it, just like I do with fat wood.
Gun cleaning patches, and you're just gonna
Has to be
yeah
natural.
cotton.
So I look for cotton. If you got cotton t-shirts, if you've got blue jean material, lots of times that works really well. So before we even start the fire, somebody be in charge of this. And remember, you need to do that.
I'm on it.
Let's talk about tinder. So I got this old nasty stuff right here. It is so tightly woven, it's a pain in the butt. This jute twine is a little bit better. I'm going to let everybody have an opportunity to do this. So I'll give everybody a section. So I like this material. Now, as much as possible, we want to have the ability to gather our fuel and our materials from the environment around us. It's 93 degrees. It's August. We could go out here and hunt, you know. It's out there. Time constraints. But you need to constantly, if you're out in the field and you see a nice clump of dry grass, or even, there's a reason they call it a bird's nest. And if you find a bird's nest that's unoccupied,
Take it with you.
take it with you.
Possum
You
mentality.
know, put it in something. When you come across these things, grab it because you're going to use it later. We go out here right now and find enough material. Let's see. Do we have one? Does anybody here know what a tulip poplar looks like? So I don't see one. Normally they're everywhere until you need one. Everything out here is oak.
We're gonna walk towards that stream in a little while, so
We may find one.
that'll be a good.
I've
We'll,
got tulip poplars all over my property.
yeah, look for it on the way.
So every year, the crown of the tulip poplar grows, dies, and falls out. So if you find a tulip poplar tree, there's a very good chance if you walk around the base of the tree, you're going to find a section of that tulip poplar that has fallen near the base of the tree. When you pick it up and it's getting dry, the bark is going to peel off these little tin wispy little strips. Anytime you find the crown of a tulip poplar, skin it, stick it in your bag, whatever you're carrying. It is, every native who walked this land, when they were starting a fire, they were using tulip poplar because it's abundant, it's everywhere. You probably can't tell from here, but I'm sure that woodline is just full of tulip poplar.
Which part's the crown?
Yeah, these pieces right here, they're a piece that grows out, and every year it'll die and fall down. So, right there, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So,
Which part is the crown? Like that you're holding? You're
Mhm.
pointing at something.
with the stick.
Oh, okay.
So this just pulled right off of there.
Gotcha.
So this is a little older. It's almost rotten,
Uh-huh.
but and it's a little wet.
Waterlogged. Yeah.
It's better when it's good and dry. But I can pull these fibers apart. You see that material right there? You can make cordage out of it. This piece, like I said, it's a little old. Little ants, that's our problem. But when it's last year's crown, it's still in pretty good shape. You see how fibrous that is?
Mm-hmm.
So Native Americans,
Look at that.
you find the right texture of the bark, you can make a cordage from this feathering material that is strong enough to string a bow with.
Oh wow.
But this is not the best example, but this is dang good. Let's just put it on fire. You see. It's one of the most prevalent trees in North Carolina.
Is
And,
that a cottonwood tree? Is that stuff flammable? Like, is it a good starter?
I've seen cottonwood.
Yeah.
Here
when I
in
went down
eastern
to
North
Texas.
Carolina.
Yeah, we got one here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it blows the shit across the field sometimes.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's nice and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Anything fuzzy like that, it's gonna do well. Everybody take one of these or two of them if you want to. Just pass these around. Once you pull it apart until you get fibers. I will do this lots of times sitting around at home and I'll just separate it, but I didn't do it this time.
Yeah, we're gonna need
Yeah.
a couple
There's
more.
one.
I'm
There's an
I'm
extra.
filming, so
No, I just need
I,
one.
Yeah.
I got
Yep,
plenty.
we're good.
I'm filming, so you just do what you need to do.
Just start peeling it apart.
Yeah, just peel it apart. I want little fibers. Now I can take this mess and throw it in my bag, and I've got a whole bunch of bird's nests from this material.
Now I see what you mean.
But yep, right there.
Oh yeah.
You want it good and fuzzy.
Tiny fibers. Oh yeah.
And like I said, you see me using it already. I use this knife over and over and over in the field.
Yeah. That's not too different from something like this that I
Mhm.
wear on
It's
my.
not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to do more than one, or you want, you got one fine. Now we'll discuss this, but we're going to do different just for time constraint. When you're gathering your material for a fire, the first thing that you want to get your hands on is little twigs that are pencil lead sized.
Probably got some good dry ones over there on that pile.
Yep. So we could do that. We could take time to do that.
Otherwise,
But
we'd
this
be
is
walking
this
through
is
the
the
woods.
recipe for you need to get a fire, you got to get it.
All right.
So you go pencil thin or pencil lead thin first. That's your base kindling. You need some kind of material like this that's fuzzy or
Is this called kindling or tinder?
tinder. It's going to be a tinder bundle whenever we pull it. You may not have that access to that. So just like I did earlier, you can take a piece of fat wood and run shavings. I have, and I've frequently done it. I've just taken shavings as thin as I can make them and make just a little bundle out of it. And I can use my char cloth after using flint and steel, and I can get a flame just from the fat wood. And that's fine. You know, whatever material you can get to take the ember or that will take a spark, that's what you want to go with second. And I don't just use this for ferro rods. I use this in my tinder bundle, and I get lazy. I use a lot more of this than I should, especially when we just go camping. I'll take 3 or 4 sticks of it and use it, you know, as a base for my kindling, just because it's cheap and it's easy to get a hold of. But and we're going to talk about the principles of building a fire here shortly. But just to demonstrate right here, because it's quick and easy. This is the difference between a this is the difference between a 800 degree spark and 2500 degree spark. So you gotta keep it together though.
Get started.
I can't hardly see it because of the sunlight.
You got some smoke.
My striker's getting dull. There we go.
There she goes.
I don't want it to. See why I like flint and steel? It ain't want to go, guys. Ooh.
There it is. I smell it.
Smells good.
There you go, man. There you go. And that, boys and girls,
That's
is fat wood
fat
doing
wood.
its thing.
Now, you ain't got a long time, but it burns hot and it
Damn
burns
right.
fast.
Yep.
That shouldn't have took me that many times. You see, I'm a little bit rusty.
That's pretty damn good.
Smells really
Yeah, it
good
is.
too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, you shave and make a feather stick out of some fat wood, and you can have a fire pretty daggone quick. A little embarrassed how long it took me, but
Is there something else on it?
resin. That's all the resin.